Honestly, I'm not 100% sure if I said that in my palette declutter, but if not, let me say it now. I feel currently a little bit stressed out and overwhelmed by my makeup collection. And that comes from the fact that I basically in 2025 I gathered so many products because so much interested me. So it's not that I bought things without being happy with them. Actually, the opposite is the case. And I think that maybe I don't know, that stresses me out a bit. Oh, and by the way, if you hear some like explosion noises and stuff, I'm filming this video on New Year's Eve. So people, they here in Germany, it is kind of common that people start to crack the fireworks as soon as it's allowed to sell. Although the German the German law states that you are allowed to crack firework only December 31st and January 1st by people with the age of 18 and above that. But you can buy fireworks in Germany usually the week after Christmas, so the first like day when the shops are opened again, and then people start to just crack fireworks. So I'm sorry if you hear some firework noises, but the video here is basically me now going through my cream liquid and powder, contour, bronzer, highlighter, blushes. So basically everything that has to do with the face. My stuff like foundations and primers, I'm quite happy with that. Currently, I have a good like rhythm going on how to use up stuff, but when it comes to these two drawers, and I think I will include the face palettes too. When I think of these two drawers, I feel so overwhelmed, and I'm actually thinking of doing a lip declutter too, because I think I have at this point over 200 lip products, and that while I enjoy filming, for example, the videos for everyday new lip product, I I am emotionally so drained by this currently, and I need to do something. And for me, the declutter now is the first step. So we will see, but today we're starting with the face product declutter. You know what? Let's actually start with the face palettes. The first one that I have here is this Makeup Forever HD Skin Blush and Glow palette. I actually enjoy this palette. I think this is a fairly nice one. The problem is for me that the quality works out very, very well for me. And you can see that I have used some of these shades quite a bit. So I think the most usages I have in this shade here, this is the shade 100. It's a glittery highlighter balm. This one up here, this is the shade 300, got a lot of love. And this one next to it, 118. But the problem is that the majority of this palette is not really for me due to the undertones. Like these shades are really not my thing. A lot of these highlighters here are not my thing. But overall, by the way, I want to swatch some of these here too, just so you can see some of them. I do like the quality. I do like the way they feel and look. But my problem is that I have so many other products that I never see myself sitting here and be like, oh, let's use that palette, which is a shame because I bought this and did it make it even to a list last year? I'm not sure. No, I think I bought it in 2025, but it's a nice palette. I do really enjoy it, and it's a shame that this is going to be wasted here in my collection. So I'm gonna say goodbye to that. Funny enough is that in my face drawer are also eye products. So I do have here a super old Suva Beauty Hydra Space Cake Liner palette. I don't know, do you still remember, is anybody remembering Suva Beauty? Because they went out of business, I think end of 2024 or in 2025. But they were famous for their cake liners. I am just not a cake liner girl. The problem is that there are some shades in here like the golden and the silver I don't want to get rid of. But let's be honest, do you know when it was the last time that I used this? Pretty sure in 2023. So no, thank you. You need to go. And there are some more liner products here in this drawer. the curve cases. Okay, let's start with the one where I'm really not sure, and that is the Comet case. The Comet case contains 8 highlighty bombs, and I personally can use all of the shades in here, even that one, which is called Copper Cool. I can use this actually as bronzer. It works very, very well. The best shade in that case for me is the one down here. This is Fairy Kitten. Fairy Kitten was a limited edition liquid highlighter that Made by Mitchell did, and they never released it as a extra release. It was just part of a very, very limited winter edition, either in the beginning of 2024 or somewhat in 2023. I'm not 100% sure. This one, though, I am honest with you, I did my serious with this, and then I did touch it a couple more times for that Fairy Kitten shade. The other shades are left untouched, and I'm pretty sure shades like Copper Cool or Penny from Heaven I only used for the reviews. So, the best part is Fairy Kitten. That is just the thing. And if I would get the chance to buy Fairy Kitten as a single cream highlighter, I definitely would. But that whole palette is a waste. So no thank you. And same actually applies to these. The thing is, I wanted to tell myself that I will keep on using these curve cases for mixing purposes. And after I did my review, and you can probably see here in these little dents that are in here, I used it for mixing actually. So I scraped out some things with a spatula, mixed it on a mixing plate, and then created just some custom shades. And I had fun with that. And I really wanted to be that girl who makes custom makeup basically every day, but I have to be honest that I am not. I'm not that girl who's custom mixing stuff. I'm not like Microsoft, or My Pung is her name, who is getting a lot of use out of stuff like this, who is just that creative that she mixes makeup the whole time. I just have to admit that to myself, that I'm not that girl. And so these, honestly, I do feel guilty a bit when I have them here, but it is actually time to also let go of these. We do have a couple highlighter palettes in here. The first one is the Shall We Makeup Present Highlighter palette. This one is not available anymore. It's a beautiful 6-pan. I do have a couple of these in that format. And let me tell you, I will not get rid of any of these because this is, this is a type of face palette that I just enjoy a lot. So the Present will stay. Same applies to the Noctilucent palette from Blend Bunny. This is also sadly not available anymore. And I just love this face palette so much. I haven't used it in a while because, as said, some products in my drawer for the face palette I felt so guilty when I opened that drawer. So I think I will reach much more for this after my declutter. Maybe I even put it in like a week rotation, so something like that. I'm not a fan of the focus boxes anymore. They pressure me a bit too much, but I actually see myself putting this one, I don't know, like on top here of my desk and just use it for a whole week. But yeah, that is going to stay. Then we have a highlighter duo. This is the Ghost Face one from Glamlight, and actually I used it not too long ago and I just realized that I didn't really like what I did. The highlighters itself, they are both very, very beautiful. This one here is a very glittery, sparkly one. This one is more of a metallic champagne one, but it does also contain a good amount of glitter. I am a fan of glitter highlights, that's not the secret here, but this one, for whatever reason, I didn't feel it when I applied it, and I think I kept it for too long now at this point, so the Ghost Face one will leave. I have my Bella Beauté Bar Baked blush palette. Oh, I'm not getting rid of that. This is such a good one. This came in the 2024 collection together with the Melted Mattes and Molten Chrome palettes. They were not my faves. I don't have these palettes anymore, but that blush palette here here is really, really good. If you have this and you maybe feel like, oh my God, this is way too pigmented, I have to agree, it is very, very pigmented. But if you go in with a more softer hand, and I can highly recommend brushes that are, oh my God, there's a hair on my brush, that are shaped like this. You know, they are kind of angled, but also wide. There's still a hair on it. I'm so sorry. These, just with a slight dab, definitely work wonders in there. So I'm gonna keep that, of course. I want to throw in my two Give Me Glow Dream Matte blush palettes. I don't have these two in my drawer right now because I am still in the process of filming the application with each shade. But let me tell you, I will keep these two blush palettes. They are actually stunning. This one is the Muted Roses one. A lot of people in my Instagram shorts said that this is way warmer than it looks online, and I have to agree to a certain part. This one definitely is. The Pink Swan, which is the other one that I have, I wouldn't say that this is particularly warmer. I think this is just less neon, and honestly, I appreciate that a lot. I am a big, big fan of both of these palettes. When I'm filming this, so on New Year's Eve, I have used 10 out of the 12 total shades, so there's not a lot missing. So I can already say that these two palettes are good. They are very, very good. And I love them, so of course I'm going to keep them. Then we have this beautiful face palette here from Flower Nose. This is from the Butterfly Cloud Color Collection, and this is the embossed highlighter and contour palette in the version Tawny Tea. There are two versions. This is number 2. I like that palette. It is a good one, but I do have the big problem just in general that this yellowy powder here, or like very, very light powder, this is just not a product that I use on a regular basis. Honestly, aside from swatching, I have not used that. The two contours are awesome, and that highlighter, oh, it is also very, very pretty. I hope you can see that very good here. They are pretty, but I just don't reach for this a lot because of that weird yellowy shade. And honestly, I do have a similar contour palette that made it face product wise to my favorite in 2025. So I feel like this is a bit redundant here in my collection, so I will let go of that. Next up, we have quite an expensive one. This is from Sijuan. If you remember my palette declutters, so it is already up and I filmed it already. We also had a Sijuan eyeshadow palette that was called Polar Day, and this is now Polar Light, and this is a face palette. And this is basically also one of these 6-pan face palette highlighters. And I hope, I think in that angle you can see the shifts very well. At least here on the little monitor of my camera, I can see it. So I do like that palette. I'm not the biggest fan of the fact that we have big and small pans in here, but I like the way it looks, and it just is part of this type of face palette that I personally enjoy, so I'm gonna keep it. Then we have quite a new one in my collection. This is the Too Faced Fairy Tale Crush palette. This one for me is a very easy decision. I'm gonna keep that because it is just that beautiful, and it really surprised me. You have a very, very neutral powder blush, a pink powder blush. This one here, Candy Clouds, this is a cream one. And then you have this Happily Ever After highlighter. I don't know, can you see the shift? I don't want to ruin my finger now with highlighter. So this shifts pinky orange. It matches the whole vibe, and honestly, it was quite surprising how much I like this. I don't know for how much it does retail on a regular base. I bought mine for, I think, €25. I think something in that price range is absolutely fine, but I'm pretty sure this is priced at over 30, and that is way too much. Too Faced, in my opinion, for the majority of the product is just a little bit better than drugstore, so don't pay more than 25 for this. then you have a good deal. Plus, I do like the design. So next up, this is not a face palette. This is actually a liner palette. So this is the collection of cake liner from Lethal Cosmetics. I have had this in potential declutter so many times now, and I always said, no, I'm gonna keep it because maybe I want to use it. And I still stand by that. I think having one cake liner palette like this, where I have a majority of liner shades to choose from, is fair enough to keep, even though if I don't use it for another year. But honestly, in 2026, I want to get more into liner looks, so maybe I just have to force myself to use it, but I will keep that. Then we have the two Florasis Eastern Beasts palette. These were both sent to me in PR by Florasis. I have version number 1, which is more peachy, muted looking. And then I have number 2, which is a little bit darker and intense. I really, really like these palettes, but I don't like them as single. So when I use them, I always combine them because I prefer the bronzer / contour shade from version 1, but I prefer the other shades from version 2. Overall, I think I get way more use out of this one, so I'm gonna keep number 2 and I get rid of number 1. You have no idea how good that already feels. I have 2 more balls here. These are from Rachel Lefee. These are their, what are they called? The orbs or something, but these are gel eyeliners. I have the black orb, which is this one, and then I also have the dark red burgundy one, which is called Iron, I think is the name. Yeah, that is the one. It's a very, very intense dark red, and same as with the Lethal palette, I'm gonna keep them both just for the sake of having them here. Remember that when we did the videos, 24 cream blushes. I came back to this palette after I finished filming my video with all 24 shades many, many times. It is not a lie. I'm not exaggerating things. I have been coming back to shades like this one up here. This is Cold Heart. The one down here, very berry. Dairy Queen was such a winner for me. And also here, this one, this above the orange, Blowing Kisses. These were shades where I have been using them quite a lot, even after the videos. I don't know if I'm ready to get rid of this, if it would be good. I think I used this face palette, so I'm not tracking the usage of my face palettes. Maybe I should start to do that too, just like I do with the eyeshadow palettes. But I think in 2024, I grabbed this palette less than 10 times. Less than once a month, basically. And there are just other face palettes in my collection that I would prefer. You know what? I think we had a great time. The vibe from Made by Mitchell recently has been very, very off, and I don't see myself using this. Oh boy, that hurts. No, but I want to make this drawer so small. I don't want to have a lot of this in my face palette drawer. No, we need to let go of that. This one here, oh boy. This is a custom palette that I have done from Dandelion Cosmetics. And if you watch my videos, I have had the most outrageous experience with Dandelion Cosmetics, because this is a brand that is clearly not capable of doing brand things and tries to push costs that appear after you already ordered and paid to the customer, because they're not able to just do business stuff. But I will not order from them again. And I am very, very happy that the whole palette here is not labeled with dandelion or anything. So I'm gonna keep that because look at these blush shades. They are stunning. And some of these I actually use more as contours than as blushes. So for example, these two here for me are much more contours than anything. And in general, I do enjoy that looking blush palette. So let's say that this is my no-name blush palette that I have, and I want to keep that. Then we have the Blend Bunny Cosmetics X Jordan Liberty Masterclass Face Palette. This one, this is a keep. I do get PR from Blend Bunny and I do have a code with them, but this one I bought myself. This is from a time where I wasn't on their PR list, and I also did a video where I applied all of these shades. And let me tell you, out of 15 shades, I dislike 2, and that's Caldera and Blaze. Mainly because it is way too orange. I had some troubles with the shades Exhibition and Ignite, and still to this day I have not touched them a second time. But shades that I have been coming back to are Heroine, Hotline, Illicit, and Heat. These 3 shades are just so pretty, and I love to wear them. This palette looks still untouched, although I have used this quite a bit, and it would be just dumb to remove that. I think this is a really awesome palette, not only for makeup artists. And then we have the last batch of face palettes here. I have the new Huda Beauty blush filter palettes. I mentioned them in my December videos as honorable mentions because I think these are great blush palettes. The best about the collection, not gonna lie, are the brushes. So in case you wondered, this is the what is it called? The diffusing cheek brush that came together with these palettes. And I love it so much that at this point I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think I have 7 now of these, so that I can, you know that I have a very intense brush cleansing system where I do everyday spot clean with, I'm using the the Kryolan brush cleanser. And then once that is not enough, usually after a week of usage, I put it in a makeup bag, and then as soon as my whole brushes here are empty, I'ma deep clean them with brush soap and water. So I basically am good for nearly 2 months of using these brushes because I don't want to go one day now without this blush brush. It basically has replaced my Refer number 5. The Refer number 5s are in a drawer. I don't want to get rid of them, but currently I much more prefer that Huda one, or the shape in general. So, long story short, the blush palettes are really good. I don't like that highlighter that comes with, but it's okay, you don't have to use it. Or maybe I just use it really as a blush topper. And then I also have this one here. This is Roseberry. Beautiful. Honestly, I couldn't even pick a favorite. The other one, by the way, is called Baby Pink because they are both so different and so good. I like them a lot, honestly. Next up, we have the Salt New York X Hannah Louise Poston collab. While I did have my troubles with the brand itself when it came to the whole shipping and communication, I am a big fan of this palette, and I don't know if you can tell, but there is a big dip in that highlighter shade because it is that good. I know that a lot of people use these as blushes. For me and for my skin tone, these shades here, this is the light quad, by the way, this is one of the best contours in general that I have ever used. Wax Wing is probably my most perfect contour, and Teasel is my most perfect bronzer, actually. Old Gum is more of a very light contour, but overall, I do really like this, and I see myself using definitely up the highlighter. Then we have the also from Bella Beauté Bar, the Oracle Chrome Highlighter Palette. I like this a lot. I think this is also a very stunning one. Here I do have a problem with the formula in some of these because they are flaky. This is also not available anymore. You cannot buy this. And I think it's okay to get rid of that one. Especially the Sun and the Lovers. They are flaky to a point. You basically put your brush in here and all of the pigment flakes are just dusting everywhere, and it's really messy to apply. The thing is, I like the way it looks on the face. It's so intense, but I prefer actually the Noctilucent one over this one, and I think it's okay to just leave that now. And last but not least, in my face palettes, we have the Amy Loves palette. This is between Amy Loves Makeup and Adept Cosmetics. This is a stunning 4-pan face palette, and I definitely in 2026, I need to bust that out and use it more because look at these stunning shades. Honestly, I am keeping 1, 2. They are out of the frame now, the big palettes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 12 face palettes, and then these liner type of products, and 9 face palettes, and the Suva Beauty eyeliner palette, they get decluttered. I think that's actually quite nice of a start. So I'm gonna put that now back in the drawer, and then we go over to my liquids and creams. Oh boy, that requires a sip of my Stanley Cup. I was really not that aware of this. Okay, let me just go into things I just know I don't want to keep anymore. We're starting off with this one. I know it's just a small step. But this is the Dolce & Gabbana Paint Me Up. This is an all-over play pigment. I was very excited when these came out because I thought, ooh, nice. So like blush pigments, and I don't know, but while I think this is quite a pretty shade, I don't see myself using this. So this is quite a glowy metallic looking shade, and honestly, for me, this separated on my foundation quite a bit. So, honestly now, I think this is really not worth the keep here. Also, and this hurts me a lot, this is from, can you please focus? Hello? Does it? No. This is from Adept Cosmetics. This is their blushes, and this is mauve. The mauve shade is, but you can already see it. The mauve shade is actually stunning, and they are coming out in 2026 with a new blush compact, so maybe I will repurchase that, but because of the thing that you are literally able to do this with the packaging, and Adept Cosmetics, honestly, even they answered on that, because I basically wrote that I don't understand this packaging on Instagram, I think. And they said that this is supposed to work like that because it is easier to just open the compact and then you are able to put that out. But the problem is this also happens without you planning to do this. So I'm just annoyed by the packaging. So this declutter is purely based on the packaging because the blush itself is color-wise and formula-wise really good. But no thank you. Life is too short for shit packaging. Next up, I have this Red Chamber X Heinz Ketchup collab. This is a stunning red blush. I want to put this on a maybe pile because I think there are other red blushes that I might want to keep. Okay, this is now a bit of a shame because I never talked about this. I have two She Glam products because they were given to me from friends. This is from the Twilight collection, and this is basically one of the blushes you shake up, and then you have this little puffy thing here, and then you apply this. I have to admit that this is a beautiful blush. It would be a lie to say that it isn't, and I don't have SheGlam products aside from, and we can do this right away, this one here. This is also a contour. Same technique, basically. It's the shade. Which one am I wearing? This is Stone. The thing is, I like them both. I think both are really good products. I just personally have a bit of a problem with SheGlam as company. Since these both are gifted to me by a friend, so by the way, the shade of the blush is, I think it doesn't have a shade. Oh, Forbidden Love, I think, but it is as said from that Twilight collection. A friend of mine, she bought that complete Twilight collection and just the blush was not for her. And she also gifted me then this one because the shade of that was a bit too cool tone for her. I want to keep them. I know that there is controversies with SheGlam. I was debating on decluttering them because of that, but I just have to admit that I like these products. And there is a bit of a controversy in Germany going on right now, in case you didn't know, but I think SheGlam will be or is already available at a couple German drugstores. So they made it in stores now, and I know that a lot of people are not happy with that, understandably. So I do keep them because I like them, but I will basically keep on not promoting them and talking about them. This one hurts a little bit, but I have to get rid of that Girl Code one. This is one of their beautiful cream blushes. This is the shade Black Fuwa. This is so freaking stunning. But this sadly has dried out now. There is still a little bit of color payoff, yes, but I don't know if you can see on my thumb, it is quite patchy. And whenever I try to pick it up with a brush, it starts to pill. So I think it just went bad in my collection. So I have to get rid of that, sadly. The MAC Stroke Cream Liquid Blushes, or Stroke Beam. I have the shade Unsweetened, which is a quite warm-toned brick red. It's beautiful. And then I also have the shade Magic Aura. This is a nice blue-based purple. Stunning shades. I don't think we can argue on that. The problem is they lift. They apply on top of my foundation and then they lift things so freaking weird underneath. The foundation then is still there, but it kind of patches up. It blends out quite patchy, so maybe it is me, maybe I'm having a user error, but I'm actually not willing to change my technique for one product. I apply my liquids with the Rare Beauty Blush Brush, and if the liquid or cream product is not working with that brush, it's not working with my collection. That's it. That's all I want to say. So I do like the shades. I think these are beautiful products, and it really, really saddens me, but I have to actually get rid of these here now. And same weird lifting topic I do have with the Skin Finish Light Struck highlighters from MAC. But this here just it just lifts my blush. So with this, I just need to change the order of application. If I apply basically my bronzer, then this, and then the blush, all is good. If I apply this on top of blush, it looks weird. Since this is just a minor change, I'm gonna keep that. But the two Stroke Beam liquid blushes sadly not discontinued, decluttered. Two of the Haggard Emo Monster blushes. One is the shade 03 Ruthless and then 05 Indifferent. This purple one I use as blush and Ruthless as a super light contour. I will keep both of them actually because I do enjoy them a lot. Same with the Maximizer Glow from Dior. This is the shade Pearly. I don't know if you can tell, but I actually used it up to down here, about that. So, which is for a liquid highlighter quite a lot. I see myself using this up in 2026, so I'm gonna keep that. I also am going to keep is this REM Beauty. This is the Fambot stick. This has been worn off quite a bit because I just used it so much. It's one of my favorite highlighters. This is technically not a highlighter. This is a Jelly Much eyeshadow from ColourPop, but I got this in their Christmas mystery box. It's the shade Sage Bundle. And when I saw this, I immediately knew with the shift and the base tone that this is actually a highlighter for me. And I have used it as a highlighter now, and I enjoy it as a highlighter. I don't see myself wearing this ever on my eyes, but this is a beautiful highlighter for me. Sephora Blush and Go liquid blushes are basically in the same format as the She Glam one. So you shake it up a little bit, and then when you twist it, you have this puffy thing here. I have 3 shades. Number 1 is On the Run. This is a sheer reddish color. Then I do have On Cloud 9. This is a lilac color, and you think you can already tell they are very, very sheer. The other one is On Point. It's this one. So basically what I like about them is the fact that they are very, very sheer, but on the same page, it's the fact that what I do not like about them, because I feel like they do kind of sometimes break up different kinds of foundation. I don't want to get rid of all the shades. I actually get rid of 2. So I will be decluttering actually the, what was it? On the Run and On Point, so the more like the reddish and the neutral shade. The one in the center, Cloud 9, that's what I'm going to keep. I feel like I just learned my blush type, and my blush type is mainly lilac. Weird blush, but this also made it to the top 5, and I wish it would focus now. Hello. Ah, there it is. This is the Dolce & Gabbana lilac blush, and this is a pH activated one. At the end, it's a cool tone pink on the cheeks. I will definitely keep that. And I'm also keeping the Charlotte Tilbury Pretty Glow Stick. This is, well, you kind of guessed it. It's a pinky purple one, so I'm gonna keep that. I also have another shade. This is Cherry Glow. Honestly, I'm not sure. Do I want to keep that? Actually, yes, because I like the formula. So yeah, that stays too. My 2 Victoria Beckham color washes, they will stay too. I don't think that they need any more explanation on why they stay. I don't know what Dior thought when they named this stick the Contour Stick, and this is the shade 01 Light, but this is everything but contour. It might look a bit contoury for you here, but let me show you a real contour next to it. My Ritual Defy pigment or Inner Glow cream pigment. This is Intuition. So this is a contour. The other one, I mean, it immediately feels like it changes color, but this turns just green bronzy-ish. So the Dior contour stick will definitely leave. I do have Westman Atelier's Biscuit. Next to Intuition, everything just looks like a bronzer. My problem is that I personally realized for myself, when it comes to the cream products of this type of product, I actually prefer contour. I much rather apply a nice cream contour and then apply a powder bronzer if I feel more bronzy-ish. So they might go away. Let me just swatch some more. This is the Sephora contour stick. This is a really good one, as you can probably see in my usage. Yeah, that's a keep too. And then I have the Too Faced Milk Chocolate one. That even made it to my favorites because it is a really good one. But the thing is, this is also labeled a contour stick, but it's clearly not. No, I'm sorry. It says bronzing and sculpting stick, which is also very misleading. But you know what? The Too Faced one, I think, is definitely manageable. So I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna get rid of the Dior and the Westman Atelier one. And I'm also keeping the Sephora stick. I think we can also make it short when it comes to the Ritual Defy things here. So I have 3 products of their contour line. We have the first one here. This is Intuition, the OG one. It also looks a bit different to the other 2. Then we have this one. This I think is Omen. Yeah, this is Omen. And the last one then is Premonition. It's the darkest of them all, but they all 3 work, so I'm gonna keep all 3 of them. I have another bronzer. This is fairly new. I basically bought this before Christmas. This is the Chanel Le Beige Healthy Glow Bronzing Cream. And they came out with shades finally. The shade that I have is Soleil Tan Light Bronze. And I have used it now a couple times, and I just stuck the plastic thing in it. And this is not remotely close to what it looks on the website. It's way, way warmer than that, but actually it works for my skin tone. It is a nice bronzy product, and I think, again, it's reasonable to just have a bronzy cream product, but I just have to watch out that I'm not having too many of them. So the Chanel one, since it is so new to my collection, I will also keep that. I feel like we're not making any progress here. Let's talk about a couple more highlighters to just mix it up. We have the Rabanne Metal Shot, which is basically a metal highlighter with a dropper, and it is so reflective. I need to keep that. Same goes with the Dexter highlighter from Lethal Cosmetics. This is just insanely looking. Oh boy, I see the shift in the camera. This is what I want on my face all day, every day. The Huda Beauty Face Gloss is definitely a product that I didn't expect to love, but I do, so it's a keep as a blush. Then I have this Girl Code one. This is from their summer collection. This is a cream highlighter in the shade Frozen Sea Crystals. This is a creamy consistency. It feels very, very balm-like. It's very blue, metal, silver looking, and I adore that. Then we have the ColourPop Hedwig highlighter from the Back to Hogwarts collection. This looks completely butchered. And honestly, because I have had it so long, it looks so butchered. And honestly, compared to other highlighters in my collection, this looks not even like very effectful. I'm gonna get rid of this because I do have 7 more Super Shock highlighters. But this one is the least impressive one at this point, so I'm gonna get rid of it. But the Hedwig highlighter, I'm honest with you, it was basically my entry to the ColourPop Super Shock line because that was the first time that I tried a product like that. And I fell in love head over my Super Shocked heels, as you can tell in a minute with the other Super Shock highlighters. I'm just trying to remove all the glitter bits now from my hand here. Let's at first make our way through all of my Ritual the Fee highlighters. I got carried away in 2024, and I think it was 2024. Could also been the beginning of 2025. I'm not 100% sure. But I got carried away a lot and bought a lot of them. So the first one is Alchemist. This is technically a highlighter dropper. This looks like Fenty How Many Carats, basically, but in a cream format and in a very flaky format. This is a keep. Then we have the shade Ice Bow. I think this is purpley blue leaning. This is one of the shades that I use the most, but I have to admit that I lately didn't enjoy these so much because they are quite dry on the face. So I don't think I want to keep all of them. Then we have Borealis. This is in collaboration with S Andromeda on Instagram. It's green. And while I like this overall, whenever I pair this in a look, it looks so weird on me, so I have to let go of that. Although I like this type of green, actually. Then we have Spectre. This is clearly more purple than anything. It's also quite pretty. And the last one is Ghost Light. It's also kind of purple. I don't know, they look so similar, all of them. No, you know what? I don't think I'm ready to let go of these. I do want to use them. Whenever I look at them, I just feel very, very nice. What I'm also not getting rid of is the Natasha Denona Beautifier. This is the shade Light. Absolutely love this. So we're coming back. No, not back. Let's do the Charlotte Tilbury stuff. So I have my contour wand. The shade Fair is one of the new ones that I like. This is a keep. And then I lately was blessed with 2 PR packages from Charlotte Tilbury, and they sent me an enormous amount of their Beauty Light wands. A lot of them are still unopened and just sitting around here ready to be gifted to someone, but 3 of them are actually opened. I did open up for myself the shade Pink Gasm. This is a blush for me. It's very, very reflective and glowy. Then I opened up Pink Gasm Sunset. This is more orangey copper, and I have to admit I like it more than I initially thought. And then I opened up the Pillow Talk one. This is for me a highlighter, so actually I'm very, very satisfied with these, so I'm gonna keep them. Then I have a Chanel cream blush. This is the Jouer Contrast Intense in Grenat Profond. I hope I'm saying that right. It's a beautiful dark berry blush, but I'm very, very unhappy with the formula itself. The first use was weird because it peeled on my brush. The next usages were absolutely fine, but now we're getting to a stage where I feel like the top is drying out, which is weird, and I don't have a lot of joy using this, to be honest. I was recommended that shade from a couple commenters actually who were saying that this shade might look awesome on me, and you're not wrong. This is a stunning shade. I mean, look at that. It's really, really pretty. But I don't have a lot of joy using this, so I have to let go of that. I want to be honest with you, so far I'm not very satisfied with the amount of decluttered items. I feel like I'm always saying, oh no, I like that. Oh no, I'm using that. Blah, 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 blah. We have 2 more Ritual of the Feet products. This is the shade Nymph. This is their Inner Glow Cream Pigment. I love that formula. It's the same formula as the contours are. And then we have the color Nectar Pigment Balm. This is the shade Blood Flower, 2 red blushes. And honestly, we were talking about that Heinz Red Chamber one. Let's do some tests. So this is the red. Oh, fuck it. Oh, this is just a true tomato. Ketchup red. So let's swatch the next one. This is Blood Flower. Oh, look at that. It looks a bit like really blood stains. And then the Nymph one. I think Nymph was one of the first Ritual of the Feet products ever. This has dried up a little bit. Keep in mind, none of them I would apply as heavy on my face. You know what? Let's make it complete and just do a little bit of a red comparison. So I'm gonna pick up the cherry one from Charlotte Tilbury. Okay. Quite similar actually to Red Chamber. I would say Red Chamber is a tad bit more matte. Then I have Grateful from Rare Beauty. We haven't talked about them yet. Oh, that is more neon. Okay. I have an Armani one. This is 41. I think the name was Flaming or something. I don't know. Ooh, totally different. And then I have from Huda Beauty Watermelon Pop. I don't think this is technically like a super ready red, but I think it is in that family here. Yeah, this is more a terracotta color. The Cherry Glow one, this one here from Charlotte Tilbury, is a bit more pinky. And I prefer the red chamber one over that. Oh, we have another red blush. I'm sorry, I forgot. This is House Labs Watermelon Glow. Let's just do it there. I'm a sucker for red blushes. Oh, wait a second. The ELLAGRAM one. To be fair, we need to swatch them all. I think the closest here on my hand are the ELLAGRAM one and the red chamber one. You know what? This motherfucker is so small. It will not take up a lot of space in my drawer. So I will keep that. I think we found some more dupes. This one here, the shade Nymph, and Watermelon Glow. I do like Watermelon Glow a lot, but I think Nymph is way better. So since I had some troubles with these House Labs blush sticks from the beginning on... Oh, not Watermelon Glow. I'm sorry. Oh, that was Glossy Acai. This one is Watermelon Glow. I'm sorry. Since I had some troubles with these from the beginning on, I'm gonna get rid of this one. And now that I saw them swatched out next to it, honestly, I do want to get rid of Grateful. I like the formula of these Rare Beauty blushes, the matte bouncy blush. I do have 2 more shades, but this one is definitely my least favorite of them. So, goodbye. I already removed my swatches and forgot to show you one more red. I bought the Mob Beauty and I forgot her name, but this is a red blush, is it? Have you seen that weird cast on top? That looked like moldy? No. No, I think this was like either wax bloom or some oxidization or some like leftovers from my brush. But I have to keep an eye out for that. But this is the shade Cinnamon Crush, and this is also very pretty. So let me just, oh boy, let me just swatch that against Red Chamber. Oh, yeah, totally different. Okay, both will be kept. I'm not good at this. Red blush is 100% my weak spot when it comes there. Red and purple. I'm not sure what to do with these because, as said, I did have my problems with these House Labs blush sticks. I know that a lot of people really like them, but there are some shades like this one. This is Glassy Lilac. And then also that acai shade that are just very pretty. So I think these 2 will be here to be kept. Yeah, I think that's okay. Oh, and in case it wasn't clear, the 2 Ritual of the Fee ones will stay too. Let's move on to some bronzers again. The 2 Rare Beauty contours. I want to circle back to what I said earlier about me and liquid and cream bronzer / contours. I prefer, as my cream, a real contour. These are labeled contours, but they are not. This is the shade Gentle. So here you have it. It looks quite cool toned on my hand, but as soon as I swatch Intuition next to it, I swear to you, it turns orange. And then we have Solstice. I think both are pretty. I do like both, but none of this is a contour for me. They are much more bronzery. Plus, I think both have made the same mistake as these soft pinch blushes do. They are too pigmented. So while I enjoyed them and I tested them because they only came out in 2025, they are fairly new. I don't feel joy using them long term. You know, in my videos where I test these, it's usually a first impression and I do come back to these, but I have to admit that I just don't have joy in them. And look at this, how pigmented they are. No, thank you. What I want to keep though are the 2 House Labs contour sticks. Oh boy, they are so good. I have the shade Chisel. Let me put that. I mean, look at the shade difference between them. Like, Chisel is also not a good contour, but it's more contoury than the Rare Beauty contour. And the other one is Profile. Both of them stunning, both of them wearable. and I like them both more than the Rare Beauty ones. Then we have my Makeup Forever Art Stick Artist Color Crayon in the shade Endless Cacao. This, I don't think is technically meant to be a contour, but for me, this is quite a dark bronzer and I enjoy using it. It even made it to the top 5 this year. Last but not least, we have my 3 Isamaya contour sticks, and I don't want to get rid of any of these. And let me explain to you something. So first of all, we have the shade Beach. This is, out of all the sticks that I have, definitely the warmest one. So this is a well-working contour for me. Then we have the, no, let's go with this one first. We have Rosewood. This is the one that I bought first. This is a darker contour for me, works very, very well. And last but not least, and here I'm not sure if I want to keep it or not, we have Ebony. Ebony is the black, and I initially bought this for the eyes, but this is a bit too emollient for the eyes in my opinion, so it A, creases a lot, and B, does not blend out very well. This is a straight up black. And believe it or not, I can use it. It's the most gray contour ever. So maybe I want to use it to intensify stuff. Or maybe it is going to be the same lie that I tell myself that I did with the Curve cases, that I will use it for mixing. Honestly, I will not. Let's be honest. So Ebony goes, the other 2 I will keep. We have my 3 Dior blush sticks that I have. I will definitely not get rid of these. We have, let me swatch them really quick for you, the shade Pink. Then we have the shade Pink Lilac, which is the one that I used the most out of all. And then we have very stunning shades. All 3 will be kept. I don't even want to go too much into depth about my Huda Beauty blush filters. These made it to best blushes of 2025 for a good reason. I love all of them except this one here. This is Intense Guava. I think this is a bit too Barbie pinkish neon for me. Yeah, this is a bit too much, but the other 5 I will keep. So next up we have to make some decisions here, because I have 5 of the Armani Luminous Silk cheek tints and I like them all, but I don't use them so much. Since the Huda Beauty blush filters entered my life, they are kind of outdated. So the first one, as said, is number 41. This is a pure red, stunning. Then we have number 62. I don't know what the real names are because on the bottle is only numbers. Oh, this is a nice muted neutral pink. Oh boy. 65, I think this is somewhat of a berry shade. Oh yeah, it's a bit of a darker version of that pinky one. And then we have the next 2 that are basically the same shade, but one is in the matte and the other one in the shimmer formula. So let's make 53 at first, which is, oh boy. This is such a baby pink. And then we have again 53, but with the shimmer. I did a side-by-side comparison of them, and honestly, they are not very different from each other. I'm not feeling the shades, I'm honest with you. At least not all of them. And it could be my mood right now in general, but I feel like the only 2 shades that I'm feeling are this one, which was number 62, and this one, number 53. Personally, I'm not a fan of the shimmery ones. I feel like they just blend away way too easy. So these 3, I can get rid of. No, thank you. You will go. Let's stick it with highlighter again. We do have a couple blushes left. So as said, I have quite a huge collection of ColourPop. We have the shade Honeymoon. As you can tell, this is fairly untouched. This is new one. I bought it with the Black Friday sale. of course, a keep. Then we have Flexitarian. Believe it or not, this is my second Flexitarian. I already used up one because it is that good. Then from the Twilight collection, we have the shade Vampire Skin. Absolutely stunning. And they're all much more intense than the Headway one. Then we have Meadow. This is also pretty. It has more of a pinky purple shift. And then some more, we have Candy Floss. This also already has a pan. I mean, don't be fooled if you pan or like hit pan. Does not mean a lot because they move quite a bit, but Candy Floss, stunning shade. Then we have Spellbound. Oh boy, this is such a beautiful shifty pink one. And one of the new ones that I picked up in the sale is Hippo. Haven't touched this yet, so I'm quite excited. None of the Super Shocks will leave my collection. I have two more of the matte bouncy blushes from Rare Beauty. One is the shade Truth, beautiful, like darkish, reddy purple. And then the shade, this is Hope. This is more of a stunning one. Honestly, I'm thinking of getting rid of Hope. I think this is a bit too warm for me. Yeah, Hope can go. Then we have three of the Makeup by Mario blushes. So we have the shade, this is Pink Peony. I will not get rid of that. Then we have Perfect Pink. This is, yeah, it's okay in neutral. And Berry Punch. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna get rid of Perfect. Or do I? So this is Perfect Pink. Next to it, Pink Peony. Yeah, there is a distinct difference between them. You know what? I actually like the formula of these cream blushes from Makeup by Mario's, so I think it's okay to keep them all. And the last cream products that we have here are by Simi Haze Beauty. Never tried them. I just ordered them. They're completely untouched, and I was already wowed by the fact that you can stack these, which is insane. I don't know who needs that, but I like it. I ordered two shades. One is this one here. This is Iris. I bought Iris because I saw Freya86 and Ghoul in Japan using this, and I was like, yes, baby. Look, can you see this texture? I don't want to touch it. I haven't swatched it yet, but you know what? We're swatching it now. Oh, it looks like poo-poo on my finger. All right. That's dark. The other shade that I got is, what is it called? This is Wild Orchid. Obviously, it's, okay, I think both shades are definitely a good choice. With Iris, I'm not sure how I will use this. I already know that I will basically just hover my brush on top of that. But I think they're stunning. They look really, really pretty. I have not tried Simi Haze Beauty. To be honest, I think they're a bit overpriced for what you get. It looks like kids' makeup, but I was influenced by other influencers by that. So I think we did a great job here. We basically decluttered 22 products from the category cream/liquid, bronzer, blush, and highlighter. I don't want to calculate now everything because I know that makes me anxious a bit. So I will now put the rest back into the drawer, and then last but not least, we have the powder versions of that, which is not, it's not even close as much as what we just saw. All right, and now for the last part. As said, it's not as much, but honestly, I'm surprised on how much it actually is. Okay, there are some items that I definitely will keep, which is, of course, my Fenty Beauty How Many Carats. The OG one is my love, my precious, my diamond. If I had to keep one highlighter for the rest of my life, it would be this one. I thought that the Judy doll one would be similar, and I really, really like that. But I don't know if I need this too in my collection. I mean, I do have another highlighter that is very similar, and that is the Chanel Le Symbols. This one is just like How Many Carats, but a little bit more muted in my opinion. And in my highlighter video, I was recommended this one here. So this is completely new and untouched. This is the Stila All Over Glimmer in Silver Lake. And I don't know who it was, but someone in the comments said that I need to try this, and I immediately bought it. So thank you for that. So I have in total now, no, I'm sorry, 4, because this one here, I have clearly a type when it comes to highlighter. This Dior Cushion highlighter in the shade Pearlescent Glow is also in that same vibe. So let's be honest, these are 4 that have a very similar vibe, so I don't need the Judy Doll one. The Judy Doll one is the one that impressed me the least. I remember this was sold out on a lot of websites, and then it came back in stock on Yes Style. Again, I like it, and I think if you don't want to spend the money on Chanel, on Fenty, on Dior, this is it, what you should try. But I do just have a lot of these that are very, very similar, so I want to get rid of that. And in case it wasn't clear, these I will keep. Then I have one Gucci highlighter. This is Frosted Lilac, and I remember that so many people wanted to have this, but honestly, it is underwhelming. It's really not what I enjoy as highlighters, so let me swatch this against 2 others that are a potential declutter now. Yeah, this one, I think. Yeah. This is the YSL All Over Highlight in Somewhat with Lilac. And then I have this one here. This is also from Fenty Beauty, the All Over Balm in Lavender Love. This one is such a disappointment. Oh boy, I really tried my best to love this. But let me just... Do you see that? It's barely there. Like, where the fuck is the highlighter? No thank you, honestly. And always keep in mind that a finger swatch is way more intense than the brush at the end. So that Lilac-y one from YSL, this is honestly more a matte purple powder. I'm questioning if I could use this actually as an under eye setting powder, but no. And last but not least, the Gucci one. This is, I think, the most intense one, but again, with a brush, it does not pick up like this, and I don't know if you can tell, but it's even hard pat a little bit here on top. So, to be honest, all 3 of these lavender purple highlighters will leave my collection today. To quote this meme, I do not have time for that. I do not have time for yo. Let's stick with the YSL one. This is Libertine Light. This is the shade number 1. This is also quite underwhelming. Oh boy. I don't know what it was, but I really liked them when they initially launched and used them quite a bit. I mean, you can tell the YSL logo on this and on the purple one have worn off, but I think I'm just not the targeted audience for that. Thank you, no. I have 2 very old Tom Ford now. I think they're from 2023, or maybe I'm wrong. But these are the Solange Glow Highlighter in the shade 02 Grand Paradis. Beautiful golden shade. And then I have Rose Rosé, a beautiful peachy shade. Yes, I like them both, so I will keep them both. I will also keep this Girl Code one. This is from the Meow Witch collection. This is the shade number 27. I sadly forgot to put the name on. But this, oh boy, whenever I wear this in a video, I get these questions, oh my god, what are you wearing on your cheeks? Because it is just that reflective and beautiful. We have another Chanel highlighter. This is the Lumière de l'Ocean one. This, I don't know, can you tell? But this shifts blue. So yes, this is a keep. Then we have from Luther Cosmetics, the Conjuring highlight. I think this is a very pretty highlight, but the color is just not for me. That annoys me a little bit because it's a bit too golden for my personal liking. So it is too peachy golden. I like the way this looks, but I just know that in most of my looks that I do, this is not wearing well, so I can get rid of it. What I will not get rid of is this one here. This is from the Gourmand Girls, the Trapped collection. I'm not sure if this has a specific name, so I call this just a Trapped highlight. Oh yeah, Trapula. I'm sorry. This is different to all the highlighters that I had. I think this looks so stunning, and this has much more of a purple pink shift than I initially thought. So definitely keep this. It was sent to me by Gourmand Girls SPR, and I fell in love with this more, I would even say, than I did fall in love with the eyeshadow palettes. I have one highlighter from House Labs left. This is the shade Moonstone, and I think it's time. I thought of decluttering this now 2 times, so time is over now. My Flower Nose Little Angel collection highlighter. This is the shade Moon River. It's a stunning one that shifts slightly blue. It's a beautiful baked formula. I'm gonna keep that. And then we have 2 of the Clé de Peau Face Luminizer. This is the shade number 14. I think this is not available anymore. And this has actually a really big dip in it. I don't know if you can tell, but usually these are like textured on top. So with this like relief thing going on, but mine is nearly worn down. So I own this now for over 2 years. I think it's good to go. What I want to keep though is the shade 11. This is Radiant Aura. This is also worn off quite a bit, but this is more what I prefer these days. These Clé de Peau ones, I like to say that whenever I talk about them, they do have a glitter overspray, but once that has worn off, all you're left with is a beautiful, really more shine of a powder. I have 2 of the Hindash highlighters. These were sent to me in PR by Hindash a while ago. This is Doll Dynasty. It's more of a warm golden one. And then La Luna. This goes from whitish to purple. I actually like them both, so I will keep them. Let's move on to a face palette, one face palette. This is the Dior Backstage one in Opal Glow. I raved about this now in several videos, so this is definitely a keep. Let's tackle some blushes here. I have 3 Dior blushes. I actually have 4. This is an old one. This is the Old Berry blush, and I basically just kept it because I also bought the new berry, and they are 2 completely different shades. And I have been testing these back and forth to decide which one I like more. And I thought in the beginning that I initially liked the Old Berry more because it is more lilac-y. But actually this gray costs on me a bit more. So this one I like more. So the Old Berry gets decluttered. And from the new blush line, I basically now have the same shades as I have in the sticks. So I have pink, which I used probably the most at this point. No, I take that back. Pink like is used most, and berry I just showed you, and I will keep them all 3. I have 4 of the Tarte Amazonian clay ones. I know these made it into my top this year. I just checked. They made it to number 5. And the reason why they made it to number 5 was because I didn't have another blush that I felt comfortable to put there. I still believe that the Tarte Amazonian Clay blush formula is outstandingly good, but I'm not feeling them right now. Maybe my mood currently is a bit too declutter heavy, but I don't know what it is. They barely look used, by the way, although I do use them because they have quite a nice formula where you don't need a lot. I'm not feeling them today. I still think these are nice. Not only nice, I think the Amazonian Clay is one of the best blush formulas out there. But whenever I open my drawer, these mini plastic gold-coated, quite cheap looking packages make me not want to use them. Honestly, I want to declutter them. And it hurts even more because I put them at number 5. I feel a bit like I'm betraying my own ranking, but I still stand by that. I still think these are good blushes. I still think that they earned their spot at number 5, but I'm not feeling them today. This one is new, and you might be thinking, oh my god, Ella, what's going on? Yes, I bought a NYX Buttermelt bronzer. This is the shade number 02. I have not used it yet. I just swatched it, so this is a keep. Same with my RMS Beach Walk Betty. I really need to glue down that motherfucker here, but you can probably tell by how heavy it is used. This is my favorite bronzer. Contour-wise, this made it to number 1 the second year in a row. This is the Witch Please Loose Contour from V Cosmetics. I definitely keep that because I love it so much. Same goes actually for my Tom Ford Glow Bronzer. This is the shade number 2. Really like that. The Kevyn Aucoin Sculpting Powder. This is the shade Light. I think this is a staple that this should be just a must-have in any collection. I have one shade left of the Pat McGrath bronzers. This is the shade, what is the shade name? The Nude Honey. Not feeling it anymore. Honestly, I don't feel a lot of joy using this, so it can go. My Hourglass Diffused Bronze Light. This is a stunning one. If you are somewhere near my skin tone, I'm a MAC NC10 for orientation. This is a good bronzer. The Haus Labs bronzer. This is the shade Light Level 2. Really like that. So this is also a keep. And then I have the Hermes Plein Air in Totori. This is a good light bronzer for me, so keep 2. What I'm also keeping is, of course, my Luperica face palette. This is from Shall We Makeup. And this is what I meant when we talked about the Tawny Tea palette from Flower Nose. And I do have just something similar. So we have a lot of keeps here in that area. Let's move on to some more blushes. And you probably see that I'm a bit dancing around these golden compacts here. We will talk about them in a second. I have one of the MAC blushes. This is a Film Noir. This is very similar to Iris. I have used this once and I was shocked on how good it looks on my skin. So of course this is a keep. The Dolce & Gabbana Strawberry one. This is such a beautiful blush formula and a beautiful blush color. So of course I'm gonna keep that. My RMS French Rosé. This is really butchered. Should I let go of this now? Honestly, no. I'm really not ready for this. But I actually want to let go of this. This is the shade Pomegranate Fizz, and it's just a bit too neon peachy for me. I'm not feeling this shade here. Then I have one of the new Haus Labs blushes. This is French Rosette. It's a stunning neutral blush. One Ghost Face blush. It's from the Glamlight collection, and I will definitely keep this beautiful red. And then we have a couple Haus Labs blushes. I think there are just some shades in here that I might have to let go. So we have Hibiscus Haze. Then we have Dragon Fruit Days. That is Acai Sky. Watermelon Bliss, yeah. And Lavender Blonde. So Lavender Blonde, I'm not letting go. Dragon Fruit Days, I'm not letting go. Hibiscus, I'm not letting go. Wow, Ella, you're so good at decluttering. These two, I might want to get rid of. I like them both. But I have to admit that I find these two a little bit patchy on my face. Yes, it's okay to let go. Then we have two duos from Westman Atelier. I have one of the blush duos. This is Fizz and Jam. Beautiful duo. Honestly, really, really beautiful. And I have a blush and contour duo in Petal and Biscuit. Both will be kept. And then before we head into the critical topics, I have 2 Hourglass blushes. This is Mood Exposure, a really stunning one. And I have Ethereal Glow, and this one I will remove now. This is my 3rd Ethereal Glow. So I did use up completely one, even before I started YouTube. Then I bought a new one that I used up, I would say, halfway, and then decluttered. Then I felt the urge, okay, I want to have Ethereal Glow back, but I don't know why, because this looks like ghost powder on me, honestly. This is a bit too light for what I like. This might make a good under-eye setting powder, honest with you, but I'm not feeling that, so this will go. And okay, I think I danced around that enough. I have Patrick Ta duos here. I have 2 of the blush duos. I have She Left Me on Red. This was a gift from a friend. She ordered it, opened it, and was immediately thrown off by the color. I myself, I have to admit that I like this duo. The cream and the powder blush are really nice, bright reds, and I am a sucker for red. And since this was gifted by a friend, I want to keep that. I then bought one more. This is just enough. This is what I bought myself, and this is a baby pink one. So we have the blush here, the cream, and the powder. So let me swatch cream and powder. This reminds me a lot of the Dior pink. And I like the Dior pink better. So I do want to keep the red duo. So the She Left Me on Red I will keep, and the Just Enough duo I will declutter. I also, and these I also bought with my money. I don't know what it was. Let me explain that. This is one of those purchases that I made sleep drunken, kind of. When I saw that the brand is bringing out again their highlighters, the first batch of the highlighter duos got butchered and had really bad reviews, and they promised that the second one will be better. So I bought 2 shades. I bought Baby, which is the pink duo, and I bought My Love, which is the translucent duo. Initially, when I first used these, I was surprised on how good they are. Now, with a couple days of experience in, can you even tell them? No, they are quite... So the My Love shade is really invisible. And the thing is, with the Baby shade, it's the same. They look just slightly different. And I'm not saying that these are like super bad highlighters. What I'm saying is that I have no comparison with the first version of them. I just tried these and they're not what I like. And you know that I personally like to separate art from the artist. I always say my critical comments about Patrick Ta because I think it has to be said. But just looking at the product quality, these highlighter duos, the newer ones, are not good. I do like the blush duos. I think they're great. The Just Enough shade that we just decluttered is just way too close to what I have. And the red one, I really like. And it was a gift from a very good friend, so I don't want to get rid of it. So in total, I now decluttered 20 different products among the powder version of any bronzer, blush, and highlighter. Let me tell you, I feel very relieved, and I will stop now filming. We have 2 hours nearly of footage. I'm curious how long the video is going to be, and personally, I feel very, very good now. I can just encourage you, using our products is satisfying as fuck. But every now and then, a good declutter will just give you a new look on your collection. I am now very, very motivated that when I put on makeup the next time, that I will open one of these drawers and be like, oh yes, today I'm going to use you. I'm not feeling overwhelmed anymore. This is awesome, and I'm feeling very good with that. So, thank you so much for watching. You probably can hear it. The people start to spark the fireworks and the boom booms, and it's just annoying as fuck. I now have to look out for my cats. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out any of the other fun videos, and I see you very, very soon.